Hi everyone, here's Subgamis once again, and on my channel I mostly talk about books, very rarely about music and almost never about movies and TV series, most notably because I know shit about them, but I've talked quite a lot about the Smiths on this channel. They're one of my favorite bands, they have accompanied me throughout the years, and last Friday I was among the first people in the general public to see England Is Mine, the new movie about the youth of Patrick Morrissey, Stephen Patrick Morrissey, the founder, songwriter, singer of The Smiths, and of course of, a long solo career. And what did I think about it? The movie's director is Mark Gill, who I'm fairly sure also directed Control, which is a movie about Ian Curtis and about Joy Division, hence the t-shirt, and the two movies, Control, England Is Mine. I like Control quite a lot actually, and what about England Is Mine? They are very similar in some ways, in that yes, they are about these people, they are about these creators and musicians and their creative process and the reasons why they, dedicated themselves to music and what they were looking for in music. And both movies deal a lot with Manchester and with the reality of living in Manchester, in industrial England, suburban England, in the 70s, early 80s, and with the bleak reality of such a life. Both of these movies deal with a life where music was an escape from a lifetime of, as Morrissey himself puts it in England Is Mine, either the factory or the kitchen table. A lot of attention is put in England Is Mine to portray this kind of world. A world where if you didn't want to work, if work wasn't at the heart of your life, you didn't, you weren't seen as a rebel, you were seen as a dickhead and as somehow subnormal, or as somehow wrong, as if there was something wrong with you. And Morrissey's social isolation is portrayed both as very bleak and very terrible for him to bear, as literally depressing, while at the same time being, shown as hilarious. And there are so many hilarious scenes in this movie portraying as, he doesn't want to go on dates, and he doesn't want to, get along well with his colleagues, he doesn't give a shit. And at times it feels almost like a comedy. And actually the biggest complaint I have with the movie, the thing I thought when I was leaving the movie theater, was that had this movie been about an introverted kid who doesn't want to conform and wants to become a writer or a poet or a songwriter, but does not want to go to work for the taxman all his life, it would have been the same. Had this movie been about any introverted kid who is not Morrissey of the Smiths, it would have been kind of the same movie. I didn't feel like, as if the reality of this historical figure, this crucial figure in pop culture, emerged as well as, say, Joy Division did in Control. Most notably for obvious reasons. That one was a movie about the band's career. This one is a movie that stops as soon as the band career, as the Smiths' career, as Morrissey's career begin. It's a movie about the Morrissey that was not a public figure yet. And of course, you probably don't need me to tell you this, but the Smiths and Morrissey are two very different things, and even though it's like a Venn diagram, even though at one point they collided, not the same thing still. If you are a Smiths fan, there's lots for you in this movie, and there are so many scenes that will make you go, ah, like when he talks at the cemetery gates with a friend of his, and they drop quotes, and he understands that his friend is plagiarizing whatever writer, or he looks at a grave and there's "asleep" written on it. And there are a lot of Easter eggs and stuff, and the Iron Bridge is featured, and he gets beaten at a fair as in Russian ruffians. Lots of Easter eggs, lots of stuff like that. At the same time, I felt the movie, besides portraying this introverted kid, felt a little bit thin. The other characters didn't emerge too much, didn't feel like three-dimensional. Many of them, are mentioned, but only marginally. Most of the movie focuses specifically on Morrissey. At one point, they recycle the same quotation that opens the movie. They used it again 3/4 of the way into the movie, as if they didn't have enough content to fill up an entire movie. And when things start getting interest, when you see some history happening and Morrissey meets Johnny Marr, spoiler alert, nothing much kinda happens. Had they given me one single Smiths song to close the, you know, the movie, I would have been so much happier. Overall, if you are a Morrissey fan, absolutely watch this movie. You probably didn't need me to tell you that. Morrissey fans tend to be kinda hardcore. If you are a Smiths fan, like me, not necessarily a big Morrissey fan, I'm talking about either the man or the, you know, the artist, you don't need to watch this movie. That's what I'm going to tell you. If you have an evening to kill, it may be a choice, but it's not a must-see at all. That's how I felt. What did you think? Did you like the movie? Did you go to the theater and see it? Are you waiting for it to, you know, come out online or whatever? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching as always, guys. Bye, guys.